Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first of 2024 events where we look at, of course, the trends that are going to shape the industry, the trends that are going to shape what we'll be doing for the next, now it's about 11 months, for the next 11 months. And before I even go to looking at the events that we'll be doing, I thought maybe I should share just a bit of data that we collected when you guys were filling out the CIO 100 survey last year. Very, very interesting, uh, you know, analysis and data points that you should think about. So this is the megatrends report, which we compile after the CIO 100. So we surveyed about let's see about yeah, we surveyed about 648 companies, and this majority of these were actually coming from Kenya. So 58% of the companies came from Kenya, but we had a representation from Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Nigeria, and South Africa. And this survey took place from July of 2023 to September of 2023. So these are companies that we went through. There's a whole list of the survey tool is quite lengthy, and we gave it to them, and they filled it over our time. So these are the respondents. So we got a lot of people from different sectors. BFSI was the biggest, with about 30% of the people who submitted their surveys, their questionnaires. Healthcare, manufacturing, and technology. These are mostly incumbents, the telcos, but we had a long list of companies that actually came in through. So when we asked what was the objective of the different projects, because you see a lot of, if you've done the CIO 100 survey, you'll see that we base the judging and the adjudication based on a project. So when you ask people what projects they actually submitted, sorry, what are the objective of the projects that they submitted? The majority were actually looking at digital transformation of customer experience. That took almost 45% of the projects that were submitted last year. Of course, then we had the process automation and the implementation of new systems. I don't know what those systems are. You guys will tell us, maybe. And that, I think, it came with the whole migration of data, which also showed up in our data. Security, for some reason, we expected it to be bigger, but yeah, there was security, but it was not as big as the rest. Then the status of the project. So we looked at what is the status of the project by the time when people were actually submitting their applications. So about 75% of the people who were submitting their applications by the time we're doing this is between July and September, had already, had fully deployed their systems. About 15 or 13% said they had partially deployed it, and a few others were on pilot. Now, there's the last thing, they abandoned. We've seen cases where actually projects are abandoned, and we were very happy that this time around, there were no projects that were abandoned. These are the key business areas that most of the projects were impacting. So as always, operations was big, sales and marketing was also big, finance and accounting, and customer service. So those are the biggest the biggest areas that actually people were submitting their projects from. Okay, so this is a budget. From the budget, we saw we were shocked at actually one number. If you look at the 2.5% of the projects actually costed about $10 million. In fact, I was asking one of the presenters here, what project would that be? But yeah, technology is expensive. It can be expensive, but I think these were major projects. But a lot of the people who submitted the projects, the sweet spot looked like it was between $10,000 to about $1 million. That's where you find about 60% of the projects. Then just looking at technology spend, this is also sort of shocked us because we didn't expect AI to rank that high. But AI and ML, they commanded about 40% of what people were spending on. And I was asking, what could this be? Somebody told me it could be, autopilot, maybe chat GPT for individuals. But if it's businesses, it was mostly, things to do with probably the Microsoft autopilot, which was part of 365. But we don't know yet because we didn't dig deep on this question. But that sort of gave us we were a bit surprised that AI was that high. But looking at what is happening now, AI is going to be the technology. This year will be an AI technology year. Cloud, of course, big data and 5G. Those ones we expected, but AI was a big of a surprise. Then these are also spent, but I think I'll just skip to one cloud. Spend on cloud, some Microsoft Azure, AWS up there, of course, and Google Cloud. I think these are expected. But this is maybe just looking at the outcomes. 87% of the projects achieved tangible improvements and operational efficiency, which is, I think, this is really good. These are good numbers. People were happy with how they deployed the technologies and how those technologies actually help them. With 60% reporting a positive ROI, I think that is amazing. But so looking at these trends, then we were asking ourselves, what will be the next? What will this year look like in terms of how people will be dealing with technology? But so we predict, or just looking at the numbers, that 85% of the businesses are going to move their workloads to the cloud by 2026. I think up to 60% of organizations will automate significant workflows. And we're talking at people with massive technology operations, the banking, manufacturing, those kind of organizations. 70% of organizations could leverage big data by 2028 because we've seen an uptake, and like there's a massive lift in terms of what people are doing with big data. So we're seeing that it's going to be an interesting trend to watch, and maybe people are starting to leverage big data as in their businesses, and the other numbers you can see there. So these are just some of the things that we've seen, and this is data that you have given us. So we thought maybe we can share this so that you can have like a comprehensive, because we are collecting all this data from different people, so you can see the trends and see how people are, implementing and adopting different technologies. So that's that. But again, as I say, this is the first event of the year, so it's really for us to sort of set the pace and look at what's going to happen in the next year or the next 11 months now that we are in February. And our first event of this is the first event, but the next one is the CISO Summit, the Africa CISO Summit, which will happen on the 28th and 21st of March. Focus here is really cybersecurity and everything else, because if you talk cloud, if you talk whatever technology that you're going to talk about, security is now in the middle of this. So we're looking at that. We're also planning cloud and security summit in Lagos. I don't know whether Sonia is online. Is Sonia online? Maybe Sonia, you can talk about the
yes,
cloud
I'm
and security
online.
summit that will happen in Lagos later this year.
Yes, please. Yeah, I'm thrilled to announce that we shall be having the Cloud and Security Summit here in Nigeria. So the event is scheduled for the 25th and 26th. Sorry, on the 25th and 26th of April this year. So it shall be a dynamic gathering that will be bringing together influential leaders, including CIOs, CISOs, and key decision makers in the cloud and security sphere. So the summit plays a vital role in shaping the future of cloud and cybersecurity in Africa. It will go beyond normal industry professionals, serving as a bridge between government officials, policymakers, and cloud security practitioners.
Okay. So
yeah. So we'd like to invite.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. So this is one of the first events we're doing in Nigeria. So cloud and security, and we're excited about it. And Sonia is our, so to speak, man on the ground, who will make things happen in Lagos. Then of course we have the smart banking events. The smart banking is happening both here in Nairobi and also in Lagos. And this is what when we started doing this event, we had targeted the banking and financial services sector. The technologies that actually transforming and modernizing the banking and financial services sector. And we used to call it fintech. But then I think fintech created, it got its own new name. Or it became something different. So this year we've rebranded this event so that it aligns with what we initially intended it to be. So we are just focusing it on the BFSI. So it's a smart banking and the smart banking event. Then we have the Smart Enterprise Africa. This is a new event. Kelly, are you online?
I am indeed. Hi everyone. Hi Harry and the team. It's really good to be here. So the Smart Enterprise event that's coming on is going to be incredibly exciting. We're opening up a multi-industry event that will be hosted for its first time in South Africa in September. And we're going to be looking at multiple technologies across the board. We're also going to be having and taking the technology conversation into the larger business suite. So it'll not just be the CIOs and the CISOs, but we'll be talking to the CMOs, the CEOs, and the operational guys.
Maybe you can tell us about the Smart Health event as well.
Good. Yes, the Smart Health event is coming up in June. It's the second time we've run it in South Africa. And this year we'll be running it in September as well. And the Smart Health event is actually an incredible partnership between the healthcare industry and the technology industry. We are bridging the gap. There's a lot of clinical technology out there, but what we're now seeing is AI, cybersecurity, we're seeing IoT really coming into the space. So we've partnered with some incredible healthcare organizations, ASIPA and the African Telehealth Confederation, who are talking about how to drive access to healthcare across Africa. Last year's event was incredibly successful, and this year is going to be much bigger. We've got international speakers coming in from Europe and the USA, and we've got some amazing sponsors that are coming in to talk about what they're doing from a technology perspective. But the most exciting piece is talking to the healthcare professionals that are going to be sharing with us how they've brought technology into their various disciplines, from mental health to surgery to rehabilitation to women and children's health. So it's going to be a fantastic event. That's going to be at the end of June, on the 28th and 29th of June in South Africa. And then it will be hosted in September in Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kelly. So, and of course we have a SmartGov, which is coming in July. And this is our event that is focused on modernizing government and the government agencies, parastatals and everything around government. This year we are going with this. We're going to have a semi-event within the event on counties, specifically for counties. So Smart County Forum within Smart Government. Then, of course, after that, we will have the CIO 100 later in the year, which you need to start planning about. You need to start thinking about which projects you're going to submit. To be recognized as a leader within the tech space. So those are just a few of the ones I wanted to highlight, but there are many. You can look at our calendar. We put most of our events, I think, for the first half of the year. They're already on our website, and we'll be giving you. We'll continue adding more events as we move on. So that's for the year, and I hope you'll be coming to these events. Some of them are virtual, some of them are physical, others are a combination of the two, what we call hybrid. So we hope that these events will help you to plan, and also to just refresh your minds, refresh your skills, hear from other people what they're doing, network with other professionals in the industry. So that's it for me, and I wish you a really good day. Enjoy the sessions. There's amazing speakers that we've lined up for this event, and I hope that they'll give you valuable insights. With that, I say thank you, and have a good day.